passes it to Bogdanovich. Shoots from 12. Good. Bogdanovich has got it all tied up now for the Nets.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Outside, Lin. Randall with a screen for Lin. Nick Young on the wing. Back to Lin. Williams with the steal. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's foul number 2 for him.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
Williams dishes to Garnett. Back to Williams. Shot is off. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Here's Henry. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Lakers lead by 2.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Williams against Lin. Lopez outside. It's stolen by Randall. And the Lakers call time here. Hill, he's checked in for the Lakers. And now a look at the point guards who have been taking matters into their own hands this past month. These are the top scorers at their position. Jeremy Lin, number 1.
And you just can't say enough about the value of a player like him who can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
Yeah, you know, you're right. For him to be providing the individual scoring he has, as well as keeping all his teammates so involved in the offense, that's a hard job, and it's an ideal combination for a point guard.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Hill. Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Disharmony, not quite sure of who's going to run things, on injuries as well. And just a lot didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
Here's Lin. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Who could forget Jeremy Lin's dynamic and dramatic emergence with the Knicks back in early 2012? He went from an end-of-the-bench type player struggling just to stay, Clark, in the league to a national storyline in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, it was insanity for sure. I mean, and his play has settled to where he's a quality rotation player now. And quite honestly, I think he's more comfortable not having to be a media fixture like he was during that Linsanity phase. I think he's much more understated and doesn't really enjoy the spotlight. And this is much more comfortable for him where he is now.
That is good. Young's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Williams passes to Bogdanovich. Dishes it to Garnett. Here's Bogdanovich, defended by Young, and it's sent back by Hill. Here's Henry. Hill kicks to Henry. Outside, Lin. Clock at 6. A second chance effort. Hill drops in the layup for 2.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback. Well, I felt like his defense was letting him down out there, guys, so we wanted to get a timeout to talk it over and try to tighten things up here.
You know, a part of coaching, a lot of coaching actually, is making sure that momentum never gets too far away from your team. That's a good timeout.
And the Nets making a change here. Kirilenko's checked in.
And a look now at the last month for the Nets. How did they stack up in the league statistically over that time frame? 7th in fewest turnovers per game, 10th in assists, and then the top half of the league in getting high percentage shots as well. Not too shabby.
Well, they're a smart team. You talked about those few turnovers, and that's the number that really stands out to me when you go down that list of stats. They're smart. They don't take a lot of crazy gambles. They try to work the ball around the perimeter, get it inside when they can, and get the best shot every time down the floor.
Davis setting the pick for Lynn. In the corner, Henry with it. Pass to Hill. Lynn dishes to Young. Here's Henry. He's guarded by Johnson. Henry misses. Nets trail by 6. Williams passes to Karolinko. Now Williams. He's got 5. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And it's blocked. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And here we can check out the story on Deron Williams. His last month of basketball has been really solid. He's averaging 18 points per game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. The points have been coming for him at a prodigious rate, and that's exactly what they depend on, his scoring ability and his drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve, someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability.
Lynn kicks to Henry. Davis setting the pick for Lynn. Young, right side. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Young's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Lopez inside. Hill's there. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man. Tremendous size and shooting touch. Might be the best low-post scorer in the NBA.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
76% of the stripe for him to this point of the season.
You know, it's been a rougher year than he expected at the line, guys. I mean, he's seen the numbers dropping off for him this year.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Davis. Johnson comes in for Young. And Kobe is subbed in for Xavier Henry. Got a piece of it. Here's Bryant. And again, it's the Lakers.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. Where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, guys, Kevin Garnett is at the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. Doc Rivers won a title with him in Boston and simply can't say enough. As Coach Doc says, I get very emotional. He's the best teammate, the most unselfish superstar I've ever been around. Every coach should be able to coach KG just once to see what a true team player should be. Kevin, what a compliment.
A guy you love to play with and hate to play against. Doris, thanks. And Brooklyn making a change here. Jack's checked in. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Lopez. And Lopez, over 7 foot tall, 275 pounds, guys. Not especially athletic. And that can leave him, Steve, sometimes vulnerable defending away from the rim.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams try to put him in pick and roll on the perimeter, just to test his agility and try to get by him to get into the paint. Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Cleveland. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, Brooklyn, 4 games back.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, their season hasn't been great, and it hasn't been terrible. It's been fairly pedestrian. A few times it's looked like they're about to turn the corner, but they just haven't been able to sustain that winning momentum.
And I'm not quite sure why that is, because I think they've got the talent to be among the league leaders. But it looks to me like it's not going to happen for them this year.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Lionel Hollins was giving to his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Johnson. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
And thank you, Doris. Los Angeles leading by 6. Outside, Lynn. Hill sets the screen for Lynn. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Lynn's got 10 points in the game. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Ryan against Johnson. Tries again. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over anxious that time.
The Nets have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Well, they've only shot 71% as a team for the season, so a lot of improvement necessary.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Here's Lynn. Outside, Kobe. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Lakers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Well, you got to like the free throw shooting from this club all season long. They're shooting 81%. Those are impressive numbers.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And the technical free throw is good. Here's Lynn, 11 points in the game. 6 to shoot. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And we have a moment to take a look at the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. The Lakers, number 1.
Now, the three-point shot has become probably the most important weapon in their arsenal. And look at the numbers. I mean, that's amazing.
And that one falls for Lynn.
Well, Jeremy Lin in this one, he has 12 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's got 4 of his points from there.
Man, that's a good place to get them. You know, they don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for the Lakers.
The Nets brought in a lot of talent before last season, and even though they had the big-name stars starting, they were actually a very deep team.
That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Johnson. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Bryant tries in, makes it off the glass. Bryant's got 16.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Here's Jack. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Outside, Lynn. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Nets trail by 9. Anderson outside. All sorts of time. Count that one. Anderson's got his second bucket of the game to go. And here is Lynn. He's got 13. They set the pick. Johnson outside. Misfires after coming off the pick.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long.
And that does it for the first half.
Your Lakers, 58. The Nets, 50.